Greetings, light workers, way showers, star seeds, patriots of the world, our divine sovereigns of New Earth. I'm hanging out here with my little angel kitty Puff. Isn't she the cutest? I'm preparing for a lecture on the cataclysm of 1988, 88, Lionsgate, and time travel and teleportation, all these things for our channel. So I just want to put out a quick update about the switch being flipped today of the quantum systems, which I'll cover in a longer video. But Besant, the Treasury Secretary, put out today that today is D-Day, economic D-Day for Iran, and that's just code word for the quantum system being turned on. Now it's also being released, the CBI, the Central Bank of Iraq, released today that they're contemplating deleting the 3 zeros from their currency. Now, here's the thing, brothers and sisters of the light, for these countries to transform their economies and to thrive in this new economic climate, they have to revalue their currency. You see, there was a great book written by John Perkins called The Confessions of an Economic Hitman. And he was one of the guys that went out to these countries, these third world countries, and got them deep in the debt. He was working for the, central banks and the Federal Reserve, through these Jesuit organizations, the black nobility and the Jesuits and the Black Pope and the Vatican and the Bank of London. These organizations are all connected, and the hub of this Babylonian debt slavery system is in with the Jesuits, and they're all controlled. It's been going on for 400 years since the Jesuits were created, through the Vatican, the Bank of London, all these black nobilities and nefarious reptilian beings, But I do digress. So the countries, John Perkins explained he had an awakening and then he became a whistleblower and he trained with the shamans in South America to become a healer and shaman and that. But he wrote the book all about how they would go in and get these countries deep in the debt, and then they would, devalue their currency, through many means. I mean, they did it through the economic systems and the debt slavery systems, and then of course all the wars, Desert Storm and the Vietnam War destroyed the dong, and the Desert Storm destroyed the Iraqi dinar and all these things, devalue their currency. So these countries have to turn it around. They're all working with the Earth Alliance. It's all connected. What you're seeing on this world stage and the media, the fake news and the intranets and all this is central casting. It's all actors, playing out, this timeline. So I'm going to explain how the switch was flipped, the cataclysmic switch in 1988, the 88 Lionsgate in 88 that shifted the whole timeline. And then CERN was used to hold these timelines in place. And I'll talk a little bit about quantum physics, quantum mechanics, and the infinite multidimensional universe, all these things. But today, I just want to put out a quick video that the switch has been flipped today, and it's going to be in subtle ways, but we have from now, what is today, the 24th, Monday the 24th of August, we have till the 15th of September for the full effect of this quantum system. And it was put out today too through certain intel that we put out yesterday how China is shutting down their country on the 15th and to telling their citizens to get back in, the citizens of China to be in there by the 15th. And then Japan put out today that they're also locking down on the 15th and for their citizens to all be back. So, and then obviously, potentially this is connected to Nasara, Jasara, and the citizens of each country have to be within country for this debt jubilee and the wealth transfer and all these things. And who knows? I mean, maybe the EBS and these 10 days of darkness many talk about, where communications are shut down and travel and all this. So we'll see what happens. We keep an open mind and open heart, and we hold the highest timeline with our intent. It is all about our perception and our intent and our belief. This is the power of manifestation, the law of attraction. All these things are coming into play, and it's all based on our mindset, our belief system, and our perception, how we perceive the world, and our mindset, our positive thinking, and positive projections to enhance and uplift humanity. So have a most beautiful, blessed day. I'll be working on a longer video about this quantum shift, this quantum awakening, this great awakening, and victory of the light. Namaste.